everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and as you can probably tell, this video is going to be a little bit different than my usual videos. If you haven't been here before, as I said, my name is Jennifer. Today I'm going to be doing my perfume, my scent cabinet. I have been collecting perfumes for a very long time, 30 years actually, and some of them are more unique than others, but all of them hold a special place in my heart, and there's a lot. And I finally got to the point where I realized I needed a cabinet. Like I needed to put them somewhere. And I wanted to buy an antique cabinet, which I did. I'll get out of the way so you can see the cabinet in a second. As you can see, I'm in my hoodie because there's no point in dressing up while you're getting dusty and putting these together. But the cabinet is very old. It's, to me, perfect. It's very beautiful. It's the imperfectly perfect for all the glassy, shiny perfumes that are going to go in it. And when I step out of the way, you'll see I've started putting things in. I'll do some time lapse of me putting all the bottles and trying to rearrange them and figure out where they go and all that good stuff into the cabinet. But at the moment, it's not close to being done. And as you cannot see, there are bottles everywhere. I'm surrounded by bottles all over the floor. And I haven't quite figured out where everything is going to go. So let me show you the cabinet. All right, that is the cabinet, guys. Now, you can see it's a very dark stain. It's an old cabinet. I have risers that I bought from Amazon, and I will make sure I put the risers in the video for you guys so you can see them. But I'm just going to track downwards a little bit here so you can see all the way down to the bottom of the cabinet. There we go. And you can probably see some of the detritus all around the room, and I apologize for that, but it's just chaos at the moment. Okay, so at the moment, I have the Guerlain bottles at the top. I don't know if I'm going to keep it that way. I've got Tom Ford in the middle. There's a lot to do, and I don't know where I'm going to put everything. So I will leave this. I'm going to move the camera over a little bit, but I will leave this filming. And then I'll do a fast forward so you don't have to sit through the next 2 hours of me putting bottles into a cabinet. But you'll have an idea of what it took to put this thing together. And I'll probably change things around, move them around a bunch of times. But at least you'll get to see all the different bottles. And then when we're done, I will start talking about the different collections. So hopefully the video won't be too long. Like I said, I'll speed up the actual putting all these things in, because that's going to take, I think, probably about, I don't know, an hour and a half or 2 hours. All right, so I'm going to set up the camera, and then we'll fast forward. Okay, guys, I'm going to move this back a little bit. All right, so we have top shelf here, Guerlain and the many faceted types of Guerlain. Van Cleef and Arpels. We have Gaultier. We have a mix of, we have Montal, we have Creed, we have EBK, we have Carolina Herrera, Louboutin, Graf. I will leave the picture up so you guys, the video up so you can see all those different ones. Let me know whether you think this is a good way to display them, like if I should break them out a little bit differently. I'm going to go down, you know, shelf by shelf. We got Xerjoff in the front. And, you know, it's so hard to decide how to break these up because some of these I have like a lot of bottles and then others I have like 1 or 2 bottles. Like, as you can see, I've got the Billie Eilish all the way on the left, and then I have the Fragrance du Bois. I only have one, which is the Minute du Demi. That's a Henry Rose fragrance next to that. I only have one of those. Amarage, only have one of those. Montal, I actually have only 1 full bottle. That's the Intense Cafe Risotto. No, wait, not Risotto. I keep saying that. I don't know why I keep saying it that way. And MFK is next to it. That's Gentle Fluidity. I own the Rouge Baccarat 540. I'll actually have that up in a minute. Next time you see this, it'll be in there, a full bottle of it. I had a travel spray, which I'll show you in a second, but now I have a full bottle, but I don't have it yet. And then the Satin Nude, which I also have, but again, I have it in the travel spray size. So a lot of times I didn't have full bottles of these things, and I realized as I was putting them in, I'm like, huh, interesting. I have travel sprays, but I don't actually have full bottles because I was traveling all the time. Guerlain, you can see I have a lot of Guerlain. I have some special bottles in the middle. I have the Aqua Ligorias. I have like the Shalimar and the special Shalimars, like the Shalimar Tonka and the Shalimar Filtre. Hopefully I'm getting that somewhat right, Gita. And then I have a full bottle of the new bottles of the Musk Overture, which I bought when I was in Milan on the top shelf. And then some of the older bottles, you'll notice the one on the right is missing its cap because that is, it's engraved with my name on it. That's a super old bottle of the double spirituise vanilla, and the cap broke to it. So I have to get like a cap for it so that I can use the bottle. But I've just decanted it into spray bottles. Aqua de Parma, Van Cleef and Arpels, and then we have the Memo fragrances, the Gaultier special edition fragrances. And then as we move down here, we have the BDKs in the top left. We have a Burberry, we have Armani, LTA, Bond Number 9 fragrances. Oops. Bond Number 9 fragrances. I have a couple of special edition Andy Warhol ones. Then I have the new Prada, some YSL, and then in the middle you have Tom Ford. I'm keeping space for Tom Ford because I can't really talk too much about it, but there should be some fragrances I'm going to want to be picking up soon, so I kept space for those. Then the Diptyque. Then over here is Chanel. Interestingly enough, I don't have that much Chanel perfume. I have a lot of Chanel Beauty, but not that much perfume. So I have the Paris, the Edinburgh, and the Deauville, and then the Cocoa. But I don't have other fragrances by Chanel, which kind of surprises me. I'm like, huh, that's really interesting. Then a bunch of the Viktor and Rolf, different scents there. And then as we go down, we have Chantecaille, we have Bulgari, we have Dior. Now in the Dior, if you look at the one all the way on the left, the Fève Délicieuse, that one is huge. That's like 8.5 fluid ounces. I bought that in Vegas actually when I was with Just Glow and Alex and Lexi. So it's the only huge size bottle I have. I have a lot of small ones, which we'll talk about in just a minute. And then on the side there, you see like that blue bottle, that's Aqua de Parma. Those are my extras. I have extras on the sides over here too. Like you can see those silver lavender bottles from Tom Ford on the left. Those are extra bottles I bought for things that are basically being discontinued. And then there are the Lancôme special editions. I have actually one or more of those new coming. In the middle, you have the Initio. We've got some of the Kilian bottles, and I feel like I have more Kilian, so I need to go search because I could swear I'm missing something from that part, but we'll get to that in a minute. Delina, we've got Byredo, Serge Lutens, which I do love. And then at the bottom, there's a bunch of other ones that are left over, which I haven't bought risers for, but I will. So that's how it looks, and I will close it so you guys can see. But I want to mention something, so I'm going to turn the camera around and talk to you guys for a sec. Okay, so this is what you look like when you've been, my hair is like, look at this. Okay, but this is the best I could do because I've been like working on this cabinet. So, tilt this down a little bit. Okay, so cabinet, me, it's going to focus on me. So my issue is if I have all the full bottles in the cabinet, do I take like the small bottles? Like this is like travel, this is a Tom Ford one. This is an intricate Killian one, which I have tons of these. I have all the little Guerlain bottles, and I have lots of these because of the advent calendars. Do I put them in the cabinet? Or do I put them downstairs in my bedroom where I have like a mirrored like tray, which is where my perfumes were before, and then I sort of outgrew that. But I could put the travel sprays and stuff in here as well, or I just could have them separate. So I'd love your thoughts on whether this should just be a full bottles in the cabinet or should I have all the travel sprays in there as well? Because when I look at the cabinet, there are actually a number of different fragrances that I have that are in these types of bottles. Like the one I'm trying to think of right now, it won't come to me. Oh, MFK, the Satin Oud. I only bought that in travel spray, so I have a travel bottle, which is a gorgeous bottle, which I'll show you in a second, but just the travel refills. Ugh, my roots are terrible. Okay, but this is an MFK travel bottle. This is the gold one. This one has Rouge 540 in it, but I have like a silver one, although I don't know where it is right now. I think it's in my suitcase because I think I was traveling with it. But the point is, doesn't matter. The point is that I only have the travel refill size of the Satin Oud. I don't have a full bottle of it. So if I put the really nice travel bottles in the cabinet, or do I just use the cabinet for full-size bottles? Also, let's look at, look at this. This is a lot of perfume. This is a lot. And then I'm going to get risers for the bottom. So my question is like, do I really need the mini bottles in there? I don't think I do. What are you guys' thoughts? I'd love to hear them. So let me know what you would like to see. Do you want to see a more specific like video on each one of these perfumes? I switched over to video, which the quality is not as good from cinematic, but you can see each perfume a little better because cinematic will blur out the background. So this is the top row as I went through when I was a little further away. But you can see like there's a lot of different types of perfume here and different price points, different brands. And so what I'm trying to decide is, you know, do I put the travel sprays in? I don't really think it makes sense to put the travel sprays in, to be honest with you, but I would love your thoughts. And like I said, I feel like there's perfume missing, but I had to carry everything upstairs, so it's entirely possible that I forgot something. But do you want an in-depth review of all of the different perfumes? Do you want a more of like a, you know, like overview? Let me know. Let me close the cabinet so you can see what it looks like closed. So there's the final, that's what it looks like. I mean, I love the way it looks. I love the brass fittings. I love the old staining. I think the perfumes fit perfectly, which excites me. I think it's great. I just, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, you want to make sure that it's the best that it can be, but it's also like, you know, it's difficult to decide. And there's so many different perfumes. I'm like, eh. So that's it, guys. I'll take some pictures as well and have them up. But again, love your thoughts on any follow-up you'd like and what you think of placement as it currently exists and how I might do it differently. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.